This shit goes hard. This is very fluid. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go play ball. The guitar and drum are just going absolutely insane. Oh shit, the fluidity. Oh my god. That looked crazy. I think it's my favorite so far. This is a really fun song. Where's our red-haired guy? Where's our guy? Where is he? What? Did he die? Like, where is he? That was cool. The basketball which Kuroko plays, if other series were to follow this format, like the demons which Tanjiro slays and stuff like that, like it's funny. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, where we are going to be checking out a brand new set of openings today, a series that I know nothing about, but I know it's a series that you guys here and there have been requesting that I check out openings for. That series, of course, as you can tell from the title, is forgive me for my butchering of the pronunciation, but Kuroko no Basket. I hope I'm pronouncing it at least 90% correctly there. This is a series that, like I said, I don't really know about, but I feel like when I checked out the Haikyuu openings and endings, there was kind of like a, alright, you should check out more sports kind of like buzz in the air. So I am here to check out another sports series. And yeah, I'm just excited. I know that it's a series about basketball. The only series about basketball that I would have known about, but I know nothing of, I just know of it, is obviously Slam Dunk series. Hugely popular. Everyone knows Slam Dunk, right? Everyone that's at least somewhat in this kind of bubble knows what Slam Dunk is. But Kuroko no Basket, it's one that I only really heard about within the past, I guess, 6 months or whatever that I've been checking out these openings. I don't think I'd ever heard of it prior to starting reaction content on the channel. So yeah, just guess I need to know more about it. I wonder if it's going to be kind of Haikyuu-like, in the sense that it's all about the teamwork and the camaraderie and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just hoping that I can add my 2 cents to, you know, I'm sure what is already a growing list of people who have checked out these openings already. I'm sure that plenty of people have added just about all that I could ever add, but I'm hoping that, you know, I can add a little bit of my own flair to it, and I hope that you guys enjoy. And if you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know your favorite opening from this list, and of course, share this with someone who might enjoy. And I am going to start this video right now. So here we go, Kuroko no Basket, opening number 1. Let's go. Alright, so I haven't even started yet, and I can see that we're starting immediately with a big basketball to the face. So here we go, episode, sorry, forgive me, opening number 1, let's go. Love a good guitar intro, solo intro. Okay, they're already playing in front of a large crowd. Oh, I love that panning shot. Holy shit. Wow. The difference in the two of them. Oh wow, he's all the way in the back. The other guy just in front. Looks like a shy guy. That's cute. Oh. This shit goes hard. Oh shit. This is very fluid. Oh my god. Can do it. What does that say? The basketball which Kuroko plays. That's really funny. The basketball which Kuroko Kuroko plays. So I'm guessing Kuroko's our main character right here in the middle, with the blue hair. But you know, a few things that I did learn in this opening, not as much as I was hoping I would learn from the first opening, but he seems to be someone who is very observant, and he does seem to be pretty shy. But this shot right here, where it's kind of panning around him, he's looking around very shifty-eyed. He's kind of like almost keeping track of where the different players are, where, you know, his teammates are, where other like opposing teammates are, and, you know, just kind of getting an eye for the field, I guess. And I do really like the blue hair, blue eye combo. It's very cool. I feel like, you know, you don't see that too much, you know, with the blue eyes and stuff, but I really do like it. And he just he really gives off like shy guy vibes. I don't know if that makes sense, but then we get to see a lot of other characters here. And maybe I'm crazy, I don't know if this is the same animation studio that did do Haikyuu, but character designs like these are kind of reminding me of Haikyuu right here. Big, nice, bold logo, of course. I love the two basketballs right there. And then we get to see our main character right here sitting on top of a roof, drinking probably like a milkshake or something, because he's got a straw, and he just looks like a little guy. And then he looks over and he sees this big guy who, you know, looks like he'd be the big like powerhouse of the team. You know, he looks like he'd be a big guy. You know, basketball players you associate with being tall, and he is very tall comparatively, I guess, to our main character here. And he's eating like, let me see, I'll count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's his 7th burger right there. He's got 7 burgers that he's just gonna chow down. I guess that kind of tells us plenty about his character, that he just lives life. I don't know if it's that he doesn't care about his training, or that he puts his well-being or whatever first or last, whatever it is, but he just seems to live life as he wants to, is what I'm learning by this. And the little look over to our main character is really cute, because, you know, they're both looking at each other like, what's your problem? And I think it's really funny. And then this shot right here, I'm guessing this is the entire team, perhaps. And, you know, look who's out and back. You know, our main character's at the very back, and behind the main group as well as the other guy who was eating 7 hamburgers. So I'm wondering then if they are notoriously bad at cardio at the beginning of the series, or they kind of join a pre-existing team of players that are already, you know, good, and they have a role and everything in the team, and they join in very late, and because of that they need to work their way up. So the series is about showing their growth from all the way down here to the very top of the mountain. And it's really interesting that opening 1 literally begins with, yes, a basketball, but then also showing a huge crowd there to see these players. So obviously this might be how the season ends, is my prediction, you know, with this huge tournament, kind of like, you know, Haikyuu-esque. I know I'm comparing 2 different sports anime, but it's the only sports anime that I can really compare it to, with, you know, them playing in front of a huge crowd during a big tournament arc at the end of the season or whatever. Them standing on the railway tracks, I don't know what to make of that, whether it's because you kind of associate railway tracks with kind of like Crossroads, where, you know, it's like a transition from one life into the next, and they're kind of standing facing down the tracks, opposed to, you know, stepping off them, across them to the new location. They're kind of staring down this new path, staring it in the eye, and kind of coming to the terms of what that means, and the realization that their lives are perhaps about to change. And then we get to see a bunch of other players, and this guy looks like a little shit. Like, I don't know what it is about him, he just looks like a bit of an ass. And then, you know, we get to see the way that they play a bunch of other characters. They all look very sneaky and very like shifty, I guess is a good word. Like, I don't know if I can trust them. I guess that's maybe the way they are with our characters at the beginning. If they are our teammates, I guess it's like, can we trust these guys or not? Because they don't know if they can trust our main characters. And yeah, then we get this shot right here of this girl who, you know, very adorably is covering her eye, and then she pulls it apart and you see her eye, and it's pretty cute. Like, you know, it's a very unique way of, I don't know. But then right after that, we do get to see these two playing alongside each other, and our girl that we just saw, she is observing, she is watching so carefully every single movement the characters make. Like, look at this shot right here. She is following the game so well, and I suspect she's someone who strategizes and passes on information regarding like what players can do, how they can get better, and kind of to coach them, I guess. I don't know if she is a coach, but that's really what she's reminding me of right here with shots like these. And then we get to see, you know, them running, playing ball. And I love the shot right here where he's running with the ball and he passes them by, and then he does a back pass. That shit was so smooth and it was so good, and I really liked it a lot. It was really cool. And this is not in 60 FPS, by the way, this video that I'm watching, but it is very fluid to the point it almost looks 60 FPS. So I think that's a huge credit to the team that put this together. Oh, Production IG, of course. I'm seeing now who did this series. So I guess my comment earlier about this looking similar to Haikyuu, it's valid. I hope it's valid anyway. If it's not, if it's invalid and this looks completely different, do let me know down below. I'm not trying to invalidate one or the other. I'm just saying that it did remind me of that with the character designs, I guess. So I'd be curious then to know if they have a similar or the same character designer working on both series. But yeah, this was an absolutely fun, badass opening. I love the guitar intro, the solo guitar intro, and it was just really head-bangy and catchy the whole way through, and it was really fun. It was an absolute vibe and a really great way to kick off these openings. So now I think I'm ready to check out opening number 2. So let's move right on to that one and see what we get in the next one.
Let's fight now.
Oh, this is a complete different change of pace. Okay. This is cool. Wow, the height difference there. Wow, look at them all smiling. I love it. Oh shit, they're showing off. No, not the doggy. Just lie down. Oh shit, okay. The cat face. Okay. Let's go. Let's go play ball. Whoa, that was a real good fun dirty guitar the whole way through that. The sound of this was so fun, full of energy, and it was really cool. So yeah, I gotta know about this cat guy over here. Why's he got those cat lips there? I don't know what that's about. And also, interestingly enough, our red-haired guy is not the tallest on the team. That goes to number 7 right here. Also, not to compare two different series again like I did in the first opening, but I think it's really interesting that our main character right here, the blue-haired one, is like in Haikyuu, I think the shortest. No, actually, he's not the shortest. There's one shorter than him. But, you know, it's following like a really short member of a team that is predominantly pretty tall. So I think that that's a really fun way to do it, especially with a sport like basketball. You know, you think it's basketball, you think of tall guys for the most part. Obviously, there's some really great shorter basketball players out there. Don't ask me to name any because I'm not very familiar with the sport. But, you know, the first to come to my head is obviously the one that's in Space Jam. He's the shorter guy and they steal his power. The Monstars steal his power because he's a great player and he's shorter. So obviously there's some great shorter players out there. But for the most part, basketball is a tall guy's, you know, sports, a tall person's sport. It's a sport that's run by those that are taller than most. I love that this opening started kind of with like an R&B sort of sound to it. It really threw me off that I thought that this was going to be that kind of sound the whole way through, where it had like a kind of like funky R&B rappy sort of sound, but then like it just kicked in with the big dirty guitar, drums, singer's voice just ramped up, and it was just absolutely fun, showing all the characters. I would love to be able to pick out their personalities, but sadly I feel like I'm not getting a great sense of personalities from these openings yet, because it's really just showing them playing ball. It's not really showcasing them outside of the sport, the way that they work alongside one another, or the way that they communicate with each other, the way that they act around each other when they're not playing the game. So I'm not really getting a sense in that way for the actual personalities. Besides the cat mouth person, he's probably a dopey goofy guy, you know, like the silly one in the group. And then showcasing players from other teams is really interesting, because it's showing pretty much who the main people to look out for in these other teams are. I don't know what it is about this shot right here, but seeing our blue-haired guy, who looks like he is about 2 steps behind the others, but because he looks so short right there, it's really giving me the vibes of just walking into your parents' room in the middle of the night and, Bobby, I throwed up. You know, that's just what he's reminding me of, the way he stands up and so short compared to the rest. Then the shot right here where it's showing her doing skills with the ball, and then she drops the ball on a doggy's head and the dog just lies there. I wonder if this is kind of like a recurring joke in the series or not, because the dog just kind of like puts up with it almost and just lies there. But seeing shots like this as well, then, where we see them get serious, you know, a red-haired guy right here, he's throwing a ball or blocking, I can't tell which, but then right after shows him like real pissed, like he's got his fist to the locker, and he's obviously probably hit it, and he's really annoyed with himself, probably frustrated with a play that he made in the game, and I'm sure that he'll be coached through it, and that's maybe something that he needs to overcome. It's his self-doubt and the fact that he doesn't trust the plays that he makes, and that he gets frustrated with the plays that he makes, and he needs to get over that mental hurdle. But then right here we see our main character. I don't know if his name is Kuroko or not, but that's what I'm going to call him. If it isn't, forgive me, I am the worst when it comes to this stuff. But he is crying by the looks of things. I thought it was sweat dripping down his face, and it could still be sweat coming from his brow, but those do look like tears, and he does look to be like in a praying stance, like the way he's hunched over. So I wonder if he is also someone who's not dealing well with the fallout of a game, or what has happened, or something that he did, or perhaps a loss. He's maybe not dealing well with it, but you know, there's time to grow, there's time to overcome, and there's plenty of time to like get better. And this is probably a setback for our characters and a setback for our main team here, in the sense that they don't actually win the tournament or the game or whatever it is, and they need to recognize their strengths and their weaknesses and what they need to grow on. And I think that that's really cool, the fact that we actually do get a little glimpse of that and a little insight. And I'm wondering then if this is showing something that happened in the game, where our red-haired guy is seeing the skill level of someone else, and he's like, wow, I'm never going to be able to match that. I cannot do the things that he does. And so that's kind of like a mental barrier in his head, in terms of self-doubt and in terms of what he needs to be able to improve at. And maybe he uses this as a launch pad for his growth, and I hope that that is the case, because I'm sure going forward in future openings we'll get to see more of that. This 3D CG hoop right here is very, very wonky looking when you pause on it. When it's playing, you don't really notice it too bad. Like, yeah, I did notice it was 3D CG while I was watching. When you pause on it, it looks rough, but it doesn't look really, really bad or anything. It's just it does look a little rough, and I think that, you know, the series has piqued my interest. I need to know more about what these characters are feeling and how they the dynamic between these two, because they do look like they have a very fun dynamic, and I need to know if it's kind of brotherly or if it's kind of like rivalry sort of dynamic that they have. But yeah, we're going to now move on to opening number 3 and see what the next one brings us. This was a really fun one. Big bold logo at the end, of course. And here we go. Opening number 3. Let's go. These all have a similar sound to them. Is it by the same artist? The basketball which Kuroko plays. Let me turn this up a bit. I love her right in front. Broken Heat. Oh, the smile. The guitar and drum are just going absolutely insane. Oh shit, what was that about? Rock, paper, scissors? Like, what? Oh shit, the fluidity! Oh my god! That looked crazy! He looks so shifty-eyed. Wow. Holy shit. Oh, the detail. Wow. That was a really fun one. I really like that end opening a lot, actually. Holy shit. I need to find this shot again. Where was it? The detail in this shot is actually insane. I don't know, this just seems like a completely different anime right here. From the shape of the face, the detail in the face, everything. That looks crazy. The crinkle, the wrinkles in the clothing, everything just looks bonkers here. In the best way possible. The fluidity in this opening was absolutely crazy. I really, really loved how fluid everything was. Everything just moved together as one, and it just... with all these moving parts, you know, all these other different players, it just looked incredible seeing each player's motion, you know, done in such a way that you can see, you can visualize the whole field almost at this point. You know, you can picture exactly what is happening and how characters got in the position they are, whether they get turned around. You see that whole thing happen, and I think that that's really cool, especially within a sports anime. I know that a lot of series with, you know, action will have fluidity to showcase the action, but I love that I've seen now in Haikyuu and in Kuroko no Basket that the fluidity is so good at telling you exactly what the characters are doing, what the players are doing, how they got to do that, and just showcasing an entire event. You know, like, it's not just showing you one little thing, it's showing you the whole thing so that you can fully understand it. It can invest you, and it can really just make you feel like you're there and part of the crowd. And, you know, like the very first shot essentially of this, where it's showing him in front of a huge ass crowd like this, celebrating the basketball which Kuroko plays. You know, I just think it's a really cool shot right here, especially the way that the background's done. It's reminding me almost of I don't know why, but the way that this background is done and the color washing that's been done in it, it's reminding me of a Yuasa work. I don't know, it's just reminding me of like a Yuasa work, the kind of look that this has, the background, and I think that that's really cool. I really love that style. It sets it apart, and it really just makes, you know, the fact that they're all kind of in darkness, which, you know, a crowd would normally be because the main focus, the lighting is on the field, but it really just makes this little guy right here out in front look like a star, more so than he already is, because he is the center of attention here and everyone is cheering for him. And shots like those are just really good at showcasing that, you know, the growth and the way that the characters have evolved. And seeing her running out in front is really funny, because I don't know if she's just doing it to make them catch up and to, you know, push them further, because I don't think she necessarily has to be pushing herself. But when they reach the top, they celebrate, and, you know, our two main characters here, I'm guessing there are two mains anyway, Kuroko on the left and red-haired guy on the right, eating noodles. But of course, you know, guy on the right is eating like it looks like he's got at least 200 bowls there sitting around him, whereas our main character has eaten, I think that's, I can't tell if this right here is another bowl, so it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is his 5th, or what he's eating right now is his 4th. And it really just goes to show like the difference in, I guess, metabolism and the way their energy works and how much they need to eat, all of that good stuff, you know, because taller basketball players, you know, especially if they're well built, their diets are going to be pretty crazy compared to what you would expect, because they need to eat a lot of food to get a lot of energy to be able to do the things that they do. The cat faced guy back here, I'm wondering now if he actually does have a cat face like that, or if he has a cleft lip. Because that's what I'm seeing now. It looks like he has a cleft lip, and if that's the case, that's really cool. I can't recall ever seeing a cleft lip in an anime before. I think that that's really cool and great awareness. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe he doesn't even have a cleft lip. Who knows? I don't know clearly, but yeah, I think it's a really cool design. Also, he gets such crazy detail sometimes. This is actually kind of bonkers just how detailed some of his shots are, where he's just staring at the camera and stuff, showing all the other characters being ominous and shit. I don't know really who's who. Like I still haven't really figured out like our other characters, you know, on our team, because I don't want to sound like an ass here, but none of the rest of them really stand out, opposed to like our main two right here. You know, the colors of their hairs and the details in their faces, they really stand out compared to, I guess, the rest of our teammates. So I really struggle to actually recognize who is in our team and who isn't here, because I feel like the guys like these that it's showcasing quite a bit, they must be on opposing teams because they have really unique designs, and I feel like they have such unique designs that they stand out against our main characters and against our characters, so that we recognize them on the field, because these might be big threats to our team. And you know, we're getting to see a lot of what they can do, and what they can do is crazy. This shot here as well, like I have no idea what is happening here, but it looks insane. The way he is rippling that ball from force is just kind of crazy, and then that throw right there, bonkers stuff really. And yeah, I would love to know how you guys feel about this series, because it looks like it does kind of do it looks very Haikyuu in the sense that it's very realistic. Like I'm not really getting the sense of them doing all this wacky shit out in the court that, you know, a person couldn't do. Like I'm not getting the sense that it's kind of like shonenizing. I don't know if that makes sense. Like the game of basketball, it does look like they, you know, they do emphasize and they showcase moments where they really just focus and kind of blow them up a bit, like maybe out of proportion a little, but it doesn't look like it's doing it in an unrealistic way. Also the song here, absolutely crazy. I really liked it, especially when it started to break down for the chorus, where it got really melodic. Before that, it was very heavy and very fun. You know, the energy was really great, especially following the characters as they were running, as they were eating, as they were doing all these things to prepare for the game. And then once it's actually showing, like, you know, moments of a match, it breaks down and it really just gets really melodic, as if to show you that the chaos that came before the game, the chaos before that, especially with the music, it's all part of the process. Whereas the main dish, the chorus, the hook is the focus, and that is the games themselves. And it really just goes to emphasize that those parts of the game, those parts of the series are probably done and probably amazing and really well done here. So yeah, that was all I really had to say about this opening. I'm ready now to move on to opening number 4, but that's a really cool one. And yeah, I'm starting to question now if these are all going to be done by the same artist. I feel like they all have a similar sound. I haven't even actually found out if they are all the same person. I haven't looked up who it is, but yeah, we're going to move on to the next one, opening number 4, and see what we get in this next one. Here we go. Something about this reminded me of a Haikyuu opening. The basketball which Kuroko plays. It's such a funny title. Oh, look at them all. Doggy! Oh, what? Oh, no. That's so sad. Are they friends? They look like they're good friends, but seeing all these familiar teams, I guess. Oh, yet again, breaking down like this. It's so cool. Oh shit, a ring? Holy shit, the way he throws that ball is bonkers. Winter Cup. Ah, that was going to be a question I asked, actually. That was really cool. The question I was going to ask, as I referred to at the end, was because it's showing them all kind of meeting up, you know, all these teams again, all these different schools, I would imagine, meeting up and going out and playing ball once more. I was wondering then what the purpose of this is, whether this is another tournament, because it looks like it's been that they've all been playing against each other every single season or every single opening. Granted, I don't actually know how much there is of Kuroko no Basket. Granted, there are 7 openings. I would imagine that this is potentially upwards of 100 plus episodes, you know, because you gotta have the opening play for enough of those, and I imagine that the openings play for very specific arcs that make sense for what we're seeing. And this one obviously takes place in a Winter Cup, so this is, you know, a little tournament, or maybe a huge tournament, I don't actually know. Considering the sizes of the crowds, it's probably a pretty big tournament, where maybe all the regional schools, all the schools in the local area all get together and play. And so like in other openings prior to this one, it's maybe other seasonal cups, or maybe it's just little friendlies that they've been playing. You know, they play friendly against one team, in another few episodes they play a friendly against another team, something like that. Because, you know, that's a big part of playing the sports. You know, you do play the other teams. It doesn't always have to be in tournaments. You can just play them, and maybe that's what we were seeing up until now. And now that we're seeing that they're playing in a cup tournament, perhaps, I imagine that maybe this is kind of like a revenge tour for our main team, where they probably have a team that they lost to, or a couple of teams, and this is maybe where a lot of their hard training is supposed to pay off. They are looking towards beating some of these other teams and overcoming obstacles such as some of the players that they faced against previously. There was a shot, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it, where it showed a ring. Here it is. So right here we see our me and red-haired guy passing across of this other guy from a different school entirely, and a ring falls down, and then their colors are inverted in like a negative way. So I don't know if this is telling us that they are literally related to one another. I don't think it's a case of, well, it could be potentially, you know, one of them gave the other a promise ring, or this ring was used to represent someone important to them. It's representing their relationship that they had long ago. They were maybe very close friends, and that has passed, and this ring is somewhat symbolic of that, but I'm not really able to figure out much more than that. But obviously this ring is very important, and the role that it plays between these two, it's probably very symbolic of something that I'm not able to pick apart, sadly. The way that Kuroko throws that ball is actually bonkers. I don't understand how Studio IG why they go so insane, rather. They just absolutely go crack the way they show him throw that thing. Like, look at this shit. That's crazy. That was like 2 seconds, and the animation went bonkers. It's a shame with the dimming too. I would love to see this without dimming, because holy shit, that's whoa. Like, I don't know, the animation there is incredible. Holy shit. I just love that this one really showed a lot of the camaraderie and them coming together and traveling together, being friendly with one another. The doggy I feel so bad for, because I know that it wants to go with them but it can't, and then showcasing all these other teams, all these other players, all these other coaches, and everyone else that is very important for the other teams. It really just gives you a sense that this is, kind of like a big moment. This is no longer they're just playing matches. It feels like anyway that this time this is where it matters. This is where it all comes down. This is what it all boils down to, and that this is at this point in their lives the biggest moment for each of them. And you really get a sense of that, the way they're all coming together and the way it shows them all as teams. Prior to this opening, I feel like when it was showing the other players from other teams, it was showing individual players, but this time it's showing each team. You know, it's showing the teams left and right. We see this team, we see this team. It's showing all the teams here opposed to just showcasing individual players, and I feel like that's kind of really important because it's really giving you the sense that this matters for every one of them and that they all have to come together at this point to accomplish what they hope to accomplish and to overcome their goals and everything like that. The song, I mentioned it while I was watching the opening. I love that this one yet again broke down. It also had the same sort of sound. It didn't sound chaotic as much, you know, heavy as the previous opening, and it sounded more melodic. Let me just hear the beginning of this again. Yeah, something about this, I think it's reminding me of like Fly High from Haikyuu, the sound of it, where it sounds really dreamy almost. I don't know if the better word here, but it really just brings you in and it really just makes you feel like nice and relaxed, and it really just draws you in that way where it's not making you feel intense, it makes you feel at ease. And this opening really definitely did that, and then it got really melodic. The guitar, drum, everything was so fun. And then right there, everything comes together and it sounds so good. I really, really vibed with it so much. It really had a great sound, and it got more chaotic this time around when it was actually showing the game, which is almost juxtaposing the previous opening, where the previous opening was heavy and a little more chaotic. Not chaotic, but you know what I mean, before the chorus, whereas this one, it got a little more chaotic and heavier during the chorus. So this time, kind of to contradict what I said in the previous opening, it's almost like this time the games are the chaos. The games are really like the mental barrier and the hurdle that each of them have to get over this time, and it's not the hurdle to get to the games, it's the actual games themselves. Everything leading up to the games is all well and good, but right now they need to be able to put in their A game and get through these games and really just shine and overcome everything and just win. That's the goal, right? So yeah, really, really cool opening here. I loved it. But yeah, I think I'm ready to move on to the next one. I'm wondering if this is the same artist again. I'm just going to be saying this every time because I don't actually know. But yeah, opening number 4, hell of a lot of fun. So let's move on now to opening number 5 and see what we get in this next one. Oh, they came in hot this time. Love it. Oh, this looks huge. Was that like Punky? Is that what they said? Oh, this is fun. Funky. Who's that? I know we saw her in a previous opening, but I don't know who she is. Oh, doggy. I think it's my favorite so far. This is a really fun song. Oh god, okay. I don't think I remember seeing that team before. Oh, the transition into, you know, it just being a guy. Punky love. That drum roll, holy shit. Oh my god, okay, they're just... Oh, the clock's ticking down. The basketball which Kuroko plays. They gotta stop saying that. It just makes me laugh every time. It's just such a funny title. Like, it's one of those times where, like, I would be a little elitist and say, hey, we shouldn't call it that. We should just call it Kuroko no Basket. It's just a much better title, even though it probably means the exact same thing. You know, just the basketball which Kuroko plays just sounds so funny to me. I don't know why. But yeah, this was a really, really fun opening. This is probably my favorite so far. I really did love this one so much. Like the basketball which Kuroko plays, first of all, I know I'm going backwards, but it's just reminding me of like if other series were to follow this format, like the demons which Tanjiro slays and stuff like that. Like it's funny. But yeah, okay, back to this opening. This opening was bonkers. This opening was so fun. It really just came in hard and fast and heavy and just with so much fun energy and like a real na 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 sort of sound to it, which, you know, we saw obviously as the opening went on. It had that motif going throughout it, but it was so cool. I really loved the way this one started. Like, I gotta go back to the start. Like, it just wastes no time just grabbing your attention this time. The previous one made me feel settled, like, it took me in and it took me on a journey, the previous one, and it really just brought me to a feeling of, ooh, okay, I'm ready for some action, you know, this will be fun. Whereas this one is like, I gotta see the action, I gotta see it now, I gotta know what's happening. It's really just like yanks me and just throws me in there and just makes me feel so invested. And I love that so much about this opening. This one was really cool. I'm gonna bring it down an octave. I feel like I'm yelling. I gotta stop yelling so much. All right, so we'll go through this one a little bit. I really love the color saturation here, where it just drained all the color apart from their jerseys, so you really get it, and their hair color, I guess, where you really just get a sense of which teams they're on, and the focus is not, you know, on them, it's on focus on the teams. Because yeah, while some of them have hair colors that stand out, for the most part they're standing out by their team colors. And I feel like as a team sport, that's really important, and I think that shining a light on that, kind of literally here in this case, because of the saturation in the color, I think that that's a really cool way to do it, just to make it so that the colors of their jersey stand out. And yeah, I guess like by showing the way that this coloration is done and showing them in their teams, you really get a sense of who the main threats are, because the hair colors, I feel like that's a very anime thing to do, where you just have the hair color be unique for someone who stands out, you know, like this pink haired guy, or maybe it's red. Like, there's no reason he should have hair like that unless he wants to be a character that stands out. But then, you know, we obviously get that moment of Funky Punky Love, I think it was, right? Like, I think it was called Funky Punky Love, or maybe it was Punky Funky Love, I'm not sure. The way that this moment right here happened, like, let me play this again, where the ball goes up. That's so fun. That is so much fun. I really loved the energy and the fun side of this opening, and it really just goes to emphasize just the fun that these characters probably have on the field or on the court. You know, instead of just going out there and fighting for what is important to them, they're also going out to have fun. And I think that this opening is a great showcase of that, because the main reason you would get into something like basketball is because you enjoy it and you have fun with it. And so the fact that this is kind of almost like the first one to really just go all in on the fun factor, it's really like making me wonder if up until this point, some of the characters, maybe our main character, maybe our main two characters, I'm not sure, maybe they saw this as a huge hill that they had to climb to get to this point, and now that they're here, they're just letting loose and they're having fun with it. And maybe some of the other characters in the other teams are also feeling that way and also going through the same things at this point in the series. And then, you know, we do see them going through their everyday lives for a little bit, and it's just showcasing the teams yet again. Huge focus on the teams. This guy right here, I did not recognize. He looks like your standard typical antagonist, you know, with the snake eyes and the licking his his thumb or whatever with his tongue. I don't know what he was doing there. But this team in all red, this looks ominous as hell. I'm wondering if they are kind of like the big team. They are the main team and the team that has to be overcome. They are the probable finalists, I guess. Everyone else is playing, trying to get to that point. But the team in red, the fact that they were shrouded in darkness and that I think this is the first time we actually saw them in an opening, makes me wonder if they are kind of like seen as these huge, you know, the end game kind of team, I guess, you know, where they're all kind of a league below them. And maybe that's why they were not really shown until now, because up until now they haven't been able to get to the point where they can even play them. But now that they're shown in this opening right here, it's because they're playing in a cup and they're playing in this tournament, which they're also taking part in. And now they actually have their sights on them and they can actually compete against them. And I wonder if we get to see them in other openings going forward, because I would imagine that they probably lose. Our team probably doesn't win this. Maybe they do, I don't know. But if they don't win this, it's because that team in red probably wins. And so for the next few openings, we're going to see them trying to get to the point where they can actually beat that red team. And I would love to see them on that journey. I would love to actually follow that. And I hope that it actually does show that in these openings. The opening really just had so much action, you know, the shots where it's showing them all throwing ball, slam dunking, all that fun stuff. Just showing points on the board. Everything is just a lot of fun. And it's kind of giving you the sense that this is going to be an arc or a part of the story with a lot of action, a lot of games, a lot of playing, and a lot of moments where you're going to be on the edge of your seat, perhaps really just rooting for everyone. I wonder if the teams and the other schools and stuff, if we actually root for them as well at times, kind of like with Haikyuu, as I was learning, that we actually come to love these other teams as well and really appreciate them and really want to see them also do well, despite the fact that we want our main team to do well too. I wonder if this is a series similar to that in that sense. I don't really know if I have much more to say. I love the use of fireworks in this opening. I love the song. I love the instrumentation, the fun, energy. Everything about this opening was a hell of a lot of fun. My favorite opening of the series so far, by far. And yeah, I hope that we get to see something fun continue into the next one, which will be opening number 6. So we only have 2 left, actually. I thought there were 3 more. Jeez, time flies when you're having fun, eh? But yeah, here we go. Opening number 6. Let's see what we get in this next one. Here we go. Oh shit! Whoa! Oh! Holy shit! Is this a different artist? Sounds different. Singer's voice. So this is definitely a training arc. Oh shit, did he just kick his back? Names! Can't read them though. Oh hell yeah. Tryouts, okay. Oh shit. Holy shit. That was crazy. The basketball which Kuroko plays. Let's take this one back to the start. This one was really, really cool. It really just came in real hard and fast and just really crazy chaotic, just all over the place almost, but in a controlled way. It really just made me just pay attention immediately. Seeing this right here is kind of crazy because these are all players, I can't speak, players that I've associated from other different teams. You know, like these are all from different schools, I think, right? And so the main point of this, I'm guessing, is that, yeah, because he's also wearing the same. This is about tryouts for maybe some sort of national team or something like that. I'm not really sure. But seeing them all training together, that's kind of huge. That's really cool. But hold on a second. Why is our red-haired guy not there? Huh. Alright, let me see. Let me start spitting some theories at you, okay? So here, it looks like we're seeing our Mewtwo, right? I think. Is that him? I don't know, actually, because his hair's very red. No, that's not him. Where is he? Did he die? Like, where is he? Where's our red-haired guy? Where's our guy? Where is he? What? Where is he in this opening? Is he not in it at all? Uh, okay. So here's what I'm guessing, right? So our main character, blue-haired guy, who I'm guessing is called Kuroko, right? Was he a lower class? Like, was he maybe, you know, he had 1 year left in school or whatever, and so he's going on to his next year, whereas the other taller guy with the red hair, he's gone now. He's left the school. He's not in the school. He's too old to play. And is that why we don't see him here? Because this is all the younger blood kind of working up. And so up until this point, up to the prior opening, which was, you know, the Winter Cup, was this kind of his last chance to win gold, win the cup? And so we were working towards that in the previous 5 openings. Whereas this time round, we're seeing them try out for nationals. We're seeing every notable looking character from the other teams here in this lineup for this run right here and throughout the rest of the opening, and we're seeing them all kind of doing their thing, and it flashes their names. But we see our main character here, Kuroko. He's exhausted. He's pushing himself to his limits, and he's almost throwing up at times. And so it has me wondering then if he has a lot to prove this time round, because he doesn't have the team around him that he's used to, that maybe perhaps help to bring him up and make him feel like he could do anything. Maybe he's back almost to square one and has to prove himself and work his way up. But boy, does it look like he does it, because holy shit, this sequence right here with red-haired guy passing the ball off, look at the animation sequence right there. That is so good. The way that the animation was so fluid, and then it just gets to our main guy right here. He is a specter on the field. He's barely even visible. He's barely human. He's so quick with it, and he's so like, it's so different. He's built different that he can just do that shit like it's nothing. Like, that's kind of crazy, honestly. That was a really, really cool sequence. That was a really cool opening. I love that I learned a lot from this opening. This opening kind of gave me the insight that I was kind of looking for, because prior to this, until we saw that they were playing in a cup, I was wondering, like, you know, where all the other teams came into this. And now I kind of get an idea that this is kind of heading into the finale, where they're trying to get to the peak, which is nationals, probably anyway. And it probably is nationals, right? That they're getting together teams from the regions, and so the best players in each region go into the teams for that region, and then they play against one another nationals. The way that this was done was so incredibly fun. I loved the energy that it had. It really just emphasized that feeling of, yo, you can do anything, but you got to work your way towards it. You know, it was chaotic, but also controlled. I don't know how to describe that better. And yeah, this is a really cool opening. I really vibed with this one a lot. This song as well. Like, that drummer is throwing his wrist out. He is going bonkers with it. He's going crazy. The guitarist, so fun, so melodic, absolutely incredible. The singer as well sounded great. I feel like this is a different artist from the previous ones, because it did not sound the same. Oh wait, did I just see who that was? I've lost it. This was Zero by Ron? I don't know. But yeah, what a great opening. This was such a fun one. And now I need to know what happens, what comes in the next final opening, the 7th opening, because I got to see our tall ass red-haired guy again. I got to know that he's okay, because I'm worried about him. And yeah, let's see what we get in opening number 7, the final opening for this series. If you guys are enjoying this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. I have had an absolute blast checking these out. Thank you for recommending these. And yeah, let's just go straight into this next one. Let me know your favorite down below, and I will jump straight into this final opening, Kuroko no Basket, opening number 7. So here we go, final opening, opening number 7. I'm excited to see what we get in this one. I can already see it says on screen the basketball, so I know what the rest of that is going to say. So here we go, opening 7. Let's go. Oh shit, the memories, they all come flooding in. Oh shit. Oh, that walk. They're all so cool with it. The way they're all coming into frame. Oh, this is the final team. Final stage. Oh shit. This is really cool. They're back. Okay. Oh my god. That was cool. Oh, that was funny. This red-haired guy, what the hell? Has he got that Naruto shit? Wow, those other players are literally nobodies. You can't even see them. Just silhouettes. Oh, wow. Holy shit. They went so hard here. Did that say I know I'm Shadow? Holy shit. That was crazy. I know I'm Shadow. What does that even mean? I don't even know, but that's so cool. This was a really, really cool, fun opening for sure. I really, really liked this one a lot. This one, it sounds like they went back to the older artists. Let me see. I gotta be able to find who the artist is in these openings because I have missed it every time, and it's so embarrassing that that's this many. That GRANRODEO is that? OP, don't know the name of it, by GRANRODEO. Oh, I guess it's called Memories because it says up in the title of the opening. Memories by GRANRODEO. I wonder if it's GRANRODEO that did like 6 of the 7 other openings here, besides the most recent one before this. This one was great. I love that this opening starts off with our team walking in. You know, this is the team I'm used to. This is the team I wanted to see, but we did not see them in the previous opening. Hold on a second. Have I just learned something? Are these two related? Let me see. So there was a frame right here that I actually managed to pause it on. Tetsuya Kuroko, right? That's our main character, right? That's blue-haired guy, right? Position 5F. That's him or him. It's one of them, right? Like, because there's a frame right here where we see a black-haired guy is number 5. Is this Kuroko all along? What? I don't know anymore. I don't know what is happening. That's kind of crazy. That is just thrown me for an absolute loop. Final stage versus Rakuzan. I'm sure that this is an absolute blast. I love the way that they all walked into frame here. It was so badass. It really just gave me like this energy of almost like an hour-long park walk, you know, like that's kind of the energy I'm getting here, where it's showing them all come into frame at separate times and walk together as one. I don't know if this is their brothers, you know, our blue-haired guy and the number 5 are brothers, and therefore they both have the name Kuroko. But yeah, I don't know what to think anymore. This has just really confused me. I don't know what's happening, but you know, it's showcasing him. He's the main focus here. He's in the spotlight. He's right in the center of the court, you know, like he's him. He is the it guy, you know. I don't know what else to say. But seeing everyone together again was so cool. But then we do also see the red-haired one facing the opposite direction in the center. He is also the main attraction. So they're obviously very important to their teams, and they've made it to the finals. Like, this is the final, and it's between two teams, Rakuzan and our main team, which is, I can't remember, what are they? Seren? I was going to say Seren. I should have trusted myself. So Rakuzan versus Seren. Totoro Hayama right here, obviously, duh. The way that this opening was done, showcasing all these moments of fluidity, like look at that right there. That is so good. When it's showcasing the players, it's showing players that they're against in the other teams silhouetted like they're nobody. They are just silhouettes. They don't mean shit to these players. They could be anyone for all they care. They're just there to play a game. They're there to score. They're there to do whatever it is that they're doing. Who it is in front of them is not important. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not showing you these big face-offs, these big 1v1s. You know, it's showing just 1v0, like one guy versus anybody. It does not matter. And I think that's really cool because, you know, when you get to the end of a series, you would hope that they'd be able to do anything. You know, they'd be able to just like go out there and have fun with it. Like, I don't know. The shot right here where this guy is just being so goofy with it. Like, he just throws it and he gets so silly with it. It's so funny. That was an absolute blast. This showcase was really, really cool. It really just gave us a sense of personalities and what they can do, what they aim to do here. And this guy is an absolute threat. Like, look at that shit. He's literally got snake eyes. He's locked in. He's locked on. Seijiro Akashi is the biggest threat in this team right here. And the way this animation is done, absolutely incredible. Holy shit, they are absolutely bonkers with this shit. I need to see what this series actually looks like, because this is crazy. Every time it does show the hoop, though, it looks really wonky 3D, but who cares, because this was batshit insane. I don't really know what more I have to say other than, like, this opening was really grand. It sounded very epic. Like, it really had this real sense of finality, and I really think that as a final opening, this was so perfect. This was so fitting. I wonder if this is kind of like a Haikyuu situation where there's more to the story that isn't adapted, or if this is the actual literal end of Kuroko no Basket, because I hope that this is the end, and I hope that people aren't waiting for more, you know, desperately clamoring for more and not getting it, because this opening felt like a great way to sign off, and it felt like they were going towards the end, and they were fighting. They were playing against the team, and yeah, I loved it so much. I think that this was an absolute incredible opening. I loved it so much, and I hope that people who are fans of the series loved this opening as much as I did, love the series as much as I've enjoyed these openings, because this does look like a very special series, and I hope that you guys out there enjoyed this video. Real quick, I'm gonna go back right here because I've realized something. So I've just realized it says Tetsuya Kuroko Seirin 11. I was reading position 5F, but I think that's SF. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. So he is actually 11. So our main character Kuroko is actually blue-haired boy, and I am no longer confused. I'm no longer wondering what the hell is happening. Apologies to anyone who went straight to the comments to correct me. If you're still listening to this point, I appreciated it. I appreciate it regardless. But yeah, I just got a little off track, and I really just didn't understand what I was reading there. But yeah, this was a great ending. Great opening, sorry. Great ending to the series. 4 openings. Besides Punky Funky Love, I think this is also my favorite. I really loved both of these openings so much. This and the other Punky Funky Love opening number 5 are definitely my favorites by far. I would say I really love the others, but those two, this one and number 5, really just resonated with me and made me so invested in what I was seeing. Also, real quick, I guess what opening number 6 was showing was that it was showing kind of like tryouts, or maybe just like training camps. I think it was probably just training camps that it was showing us. But yeah, let's just wrap up this video right here. This was so much fun. I had an absolute blast. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please let me know down below. Like I said, which opening was your favorite? I would love to hear. You guys are great. Thank you for recommending this. And yeah, I hope that I will see you in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day. I will see you in the next one. Take care.